Welcome, everybody.
What's up?
Hope y'all are having an awesome Friday. Sorry I'm a little late today. I had a lot to do. Yo, what's up, Zen? How you doing, bro?
You already got some people in here, huh?
Oh, yeah. I got some units, bro.
Yeah, you got some good.
Yeah,
good goals, huh?
we're going to be playing some Destiny. Sorry, I got my headset on. It's hard to hear.
Yeah,
We're going to
you.
be probably starting off playing some strikes. We're going to be discussing the future of this community because we have a little bit left until June 9th and probably about a month beyond. And we'll see what happens with the game. But in the meantime, I think we should just enjoy our time in the game.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got my brother over. Him and I have played Destiny as a franchise since pretty much what
The
was it,
alpha. It was like
2014?
the alpha.
Yeah, the alpha of
Like back in
Destiny 1.
2014. Yeah.
Greetings from Argentina.
Hey,
Wow, Argentina, welcome, dude. That's crazy.
what's up?
Yo, Firex, I found out why I didn't like the game. Uh-oh.
Oh crap.
I have multiple reasons. I have multiple guesses, but I'm interested to see what you say.
Okay, I kind of don't feel. I feel you there because I'm gonna go into it a little bit like when I get into the chat, but I got a backstory with this series, and I'm not exactly. Let's just say I got off of it a little bit before my brother did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I've
kind
got
of
my
quit.
grievances with
He
the
kind of
brother,
quit when Final Shape ended, along with everybody else.
Yeah. Well, that's when I came back for just that short little point.
Yeah. I've always been a Destiny tryhard. Well, not tryhard, but I've
You're a
always
tryhard,
just
bro.
loved the game. I've always just. It's been a game that I've always gone back to. I have I plan to log in on June 9th to support the community even though I haven't played for a year. It doesn't mean I don't love the game. Don't worry. Bro, that's what that's what I want, dude. I want a giant resurgence to come back to the game because wouldn't it be crazy if the end of the game was the all-time peak of Destiny 2 player count? I'm just saying that'd be pretty badass. It would kind of show Sony that they messed up.
They done goofed, yeah.
And you know what, bro? I want to talk about something. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Maybe you did, and if you did, you're as pissed as I am. I'm downloading it on my Steam as we speak. Hell yeah, FireX, dude. There's a lot to get back into, man. Like I say, you missed out on a lot. But anyways, dude, I'm starting to think this was not Bungie's fault, in a
Yeah.
sense.
I recently saw an article about it where it's like the devs apparently were just as surprised about the thing closing as we were. They only found out yesterday that apparently the game was getting shut down.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear him, but yeah, he was talking about what I was just about to say. There was a tweet that came out saying that a bunch of Bungie devs had no idea this was happening. How does that happen? It was like a last second thing Sony did that Sony put out saying that they're canceling the game, you know, the whole monument to triumph whatever. And Bungie themselves didn't think that was going to happen, but there was just like uncertainty in the air in at Bungie. For what I see, a lot of players going to do that. Yeah, wasn't Bungie bought my Microsoft? No, that was so Bungie. They used to be part of Microsoft.
But
No,
then they were when they were under the Activision Blizzard merger.
yeah, it was the Activision Blizzard, and then I think they
And
were
then they
with
got bought out by
Microsoft for a little
Sony.
bit, but then they broke off on their own
Yeah.
and became their own entity. But then Sony acquired them because Pete Parsons, he was the CEO of Bungie at the time, he just sold this grand utopia of Bungie has all these projects in line. They are looking very successful. Destiny's at its peak right now. And he sold the company well. He did his job. I'll just say, you know, you can't knock the guy for talking the game up. Oh yeah, I forgot they broke off. Yep.
Yeah, they broke up a while ago, and then they did an independent, but then that's when they started leaning way too much on the monetization, and that's where things really started getting bad.
Well, that's part of it.
That's where the start of it
But
was.
Pete Parsons. So Pete Parsons is the guy that basically sold Bungie to Sony, and Sony. This is it's like a 50-50 of Pete Parsons and Sony of why Destiny's dying is because Sony bought them because of the lie that Pete Parsons sold them on all these projects, all this success that was coming their way. And Sony realized that, but Pete Parsons, he freaking dipped. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, oh yeah, Pete Wacky Racist Parsons. Yep.
Somebody recognized it.
It's funny. There was somebody I saw. What was their name in the tower? It was Pete Parsons, Master of Layoffs, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard when I saw that.
That's funny
But
because they gave both EA and Activision a run for their money when it came to layoffs.
you wanna sit here while you talk? That way they can hear you better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think they can hear you when you're talking. But can you guys hear my brother? Okay.
I think they can vaguely hear me. I was.
But anyway, so Pete Parsons, if you guys don't remember what he did before all this mess, he's the one that took a bunch of his Bungie employees to his house and was showing all them his car collection of vintage cars, Ferraris, Lamborghini, all like expensive vehicles in his house, which apparently was magnificent. And then you know what this guy did? He laid them all off like a week later. Just he's like, "Hey guys, look at all my stuff. By the way, you're fired." I was like, "Bro, what a scummy thing to do."
What a scumbag.
But yeah, so Sony isn't happy and they're shutting the game down. It sucks. It really sucks. But I'm not trying to justify it actually. It's horrible. You look at the love this game is getting. You look at the reception that Sony, Bungie, everybody is they're getting so much negative hate. And when a game shuts down, let's take Defiance for example. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the game Defiance, but it's a game I used to play a lot in the past. It was one of the first MMO games to come out on console, and I used to play the shit out of it. They had a show based off it and everything. Well, Tryon, they acquired the IP and shut it down for a good reason. It's because everyone stopped playing it. You know, they weren't making money off it. They shut the game down. That was understandable. But in this case, everyone's upset. Like they're looking at a successful game just getting taken offline because of the mismanagement and the mishandling of the IP. So it's like Destiny, yes. It's been up for what, 14 years?
14 years. Exactly.
14 years. No game I could think of besides like World of Warcraft, any of those titans have lived that long.
No.
And World of
Team Fortress 2.
Well, yeah, Team Fortress 2. But Destiny still has a lot of life left in it. With all the hate Bungie has right now, with all the hate that Marathon is getting, if Bungie came out and said that they just got greenlit to make a Destiny 3, all of this would instantly be gratification to Bungie. Everyone would be so happy. I guarantee you, nobody would be like, "Oh, this sucks, man. Of course they're making a Destiny 3. Like, no, it's not another Call of Duty. This is Destiny 3. The community's been begging for it for years. I think it was for me, after Witch Queen, I was like, okay, Bungie, I think it's time. I think it's time to make a Destiny 3. And they just didn't. They announced Lightfall, which was a complete piece of crap.
Yeah,
I mean,
garbage expansion.
Nimbus just ruined it for me. I did not like that character. I don't know how you guys thought. I love Strand. I do love Strand, but I don't know. They dropped the ball so hard on that. But Lightfall, or the Final Shape, that pulled at our heartstrings, guys. Like, all of you who went through it, when we went through that mission where it was like, what, 12 Guardians going against the Witness?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
And then our ghost dies and Cade resurrects our ghost and sacrifices himself. That was the ending for me, like, of the story. That was the moment where Bungie should have made a Destiny 3. They should have just done this Monument of Triumph right there and ignored that what was that expansion called? That just I don't know. I haven't played it.
Renegades.
No, not Renegades. Renegades was actually good.
That one was actually good. No, that was the Star Wars theme one. The other one that was really bad.
Yeah, I can't even think of the name.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we remember the Curse of Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, the Curse of Miley Cyrus.
Curse
But
of Cyrus.
you guys know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If they did the final shape, concluded the Light and Dark saga right there, and then made this Monument of Triumph then, that would have been cool. Destiny 2 could easily stay alive since there's still money to be made and tons of people still play it. So shutting it down has no upsides. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I hope that oh, listen to this. Zen has a really good point. I hope that Stop Killing Games moves forward and is approved.
Yeah, I've been keeping up with that for a hot minute.
And-
I'm really hoping.
And I also hope that the one they're trying to implement in the U.S. moves forward. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
because
it's been taken off. Like, it's probably going to go through here in the States.
Because if Bungie made an offline version of Destiny with a big focus on story, like that was actually, I think that's what the Payback game was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a sequel to Destiny, but it was kind of like a spin-off, you know? And they canceled it. And in fact, right now, Bungie actually has no projects. If you look in the TWAB, they said they had a bunch of projects in being incubated. Well, it just came out today that that's not the case. It's pretty much just Marathon right now, and it's not looking good. There's mass layoffs coming.
Because of course there are.
Yeah, it's not looking good, guys. But if that Stop Killing Games came to America, it needs to happen because, one second, because even though many don't see them as such, games are also art and need to be preserved.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
That goes with what I was gonna say before I saw your comment. The Crew, and I'm not talking about.
Well, that's where this all started.
Yes, the Crew is what actually started the Stop Killing Games movement. Is because the guy that played that started the movement loved that game and got pissed that Ubisoft shut it down. Now I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but the Crew was a pioneer to all these online racing games. It had a really good story, and the new games don't even have a story. It's like just a rip-off of Forza Horizon. Yep. And yeah, I don't know. It's just I really hope the Stop Killing Games movement gets more traction.
Well, it already is. Like, it's taking off. Like
In Europe though.
No, it's everywhere. It's going up everywhere.
Is it here too?
It's getting here.
Last I read, it was only affecting like the UK and European countries, but it really does need to come to America because if they could just allow other creators to obtain the IP and start building it their own, like back to that Defiance game I was talking about, you can still play it. A company called Fox Gaming actually bought the rights to the game and brought the servers back up. So if Defiance can do it, if Tryon can sell that IP and give it, like Star Wars Hunters, a free to play Star Wars team battle game. It was amazing, but the game's microtransactions couldn't keep the three-man team behind it afloat, so I understand it being shut down. Yeah, there's times where it's understandable. Nobody plays the game. But they did that to themselves by solely banking on microtransactions.
Yes, I agree.
They should have done like annual oh my gosh, I can't talk. Annual expansions, content of some sort, not just cosmetics. Because when you just focus on cosmetics, that's when your game fails. And but yeah, guys, I don't know. I'm really saddened by what I'm gonna say Sony is doing to Bungie, and Bungie is doing to Destiny.
Although, to be fair, in Sony's case, I can't blame them for one simple fact.
Yeah.
Marathon cost them almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
So for that, I honestly don't blame Sony for going this direction. What I'm not happy with is the fact that they didn't let the devs know at all, and they found out around the same time we did.
Yeah.
Because that has become too common of a trend with a lot of developers out there.
Yep.
Like, it's become rampant with how many devs get screwed over just because either their executives and the producers are literally lying to them, thinking everything's okay, and then they find out that they're laid off the next day.
Yeah.
That has become too common of a trend.
I really hope you guys can hear my brother because he had some good points to talk about. Think about it like this, and this is so shitty. Destiny 2 just became another Battlefront 2, another Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
What is this terrible 2 bullshit? Like, why can't we get to the 3s?
Yeah.
Third time's a charm. Don't they get that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, sometimes they do, thankfully. It's kind of uncommon nowadays. It's kind of ridiculous.
But yeah, that's enough yapping, guys. I just. It's still just.
Did they at least hear any of the points I made?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, they confirmed it.
It's just it really sucks, guys. Like, this game still has a future, and it's like whoever greenlit whatever decisions at Sony and Bungie, they are mishandling and mismanaging the entire situation, the entire IP, and they're just putting it on ice. Like, I don't understand these major corporations. Like, you know what? I said Titanfall 2. If they came out with a Titanfall 3, I'm sure you guys can attest to this. Everyone would buy that game.
And what did they choose to focus on? Apex.
Apex Legends, because it's our cash cow.
I mean,
you know?
to be fair, that was a fun game for the longest time.
Apex is fun. I love Apex, but it's starting to feel like, honestly, you know what? This is an unpopular take, but I honestly saw Apex dying more than Destiny 2.
Interesting.
I did. Like, it really shocked me that Destiny 2 was getting canceled. I was like, but what about all these games? You know, like Destiny 2, they just stopped caring, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The devs, I think the devs want Destiny 3. And actually, I just remembered, sorry if I'm just rambling, guys, but I just remember things and I want to tell you. I saw something today that was talking about how Destiny devs, Bungie devs, have been trying to greenlight a Destiny 3. And Paul Tassi talks about this in his latest upload today, where these developers kept trying to greenlight Destiny 2 since Lightfall, and even before Lightfall.
Destiny 3.
Oh, Destiny 3, sorry guys, thank you.
Yeah.
And so they've been trying to greenlight a Destiny 3 because they wanted to start production so they could do this Monument of Triumph or like a last hurrah after the final shape. But instead, Sony wanted them to expand and make a new saga with the 9. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? So this whole time, the devs have been trying to make Destiny 3, and Sony has been just stonewalling them. Like, nope, you need to focus on Destiny 2. This game good. This game make money.
You need to focus on continuing to make this a live service game while making another one for us with Marathon.
Yeah.
You just need to keep the common trend going with the extraction shooter.
But,
even though it's a complete fad and it's going to wear out, then people are going to get sick of it.
But yeah,
this is exactly what happened, by the way.
But I don't know, guys. I'm just, I'm hurt. I'm very sad. I think this game still has a lot of life left in it. It's just unfortunately that regarding Parsons, he planted such a profound idea that the community doesn't know what it wants and needs to listen to us. That even after his departure, they continued with that thinking. And he is the one that said, do not over-deliver.
Yeah, I know.
You guys remember...
oh, no, I remember that bollocks.
You guys remember how successful Forsaken was? And then after Forsaken, it set a it set like a expectation in the community, and he didn't like that. He didn't like that we expected too much of them, too much of Bungie. Bro, you guys, Forsaken was freaking amazing.
Yeah, and
When
can you even play that anymore?
No, it's gone.
It's
You
gone.
can't. You can't even. You
Doesn't
can't even
exist.
go to the Tangled Shore.
It's
You
so
can go to the
stupid.
Dreaming City, but I want to talk about that real quick. Forsaken was so freaking amazing because I remember going through the campaign and I'm finishing up in the Tangled Shore, got all the barons and whatnot, and I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. Man, this is a really cool expansion. And then I get this exotic quest, and it's guiding me to a tower. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it was the Dreaming City, and then it opens up a whole other campaign. I was like, what the this is freaking crazy.
You're right.
That was so amazing, and I hate that Bungie never did anything else like that since
not.
then.
Yeah. Not
Ultimately,
even with Witchwing, which I didn't think that was that good of an expansion. Honestly, for me, like again, I'm mostly a D1 player, and I have a lot of my memories from D1. So, I mean, for me, when it was like peak Destiny for me was when D1 Taken King came out. Like, still to this day, I have the most positive experiences with the community with that expansion alone, and I used to raid run like nothing else in King's Fall. I mean, it got to the point where we were literally speed running that thing, like, didn't even try.
I really want to read these guys' chats real quick.
Yeah, I saw the one thing that he said about, like, leading the example for the correction with Digital Extreme. That's a very good example there.
You want to scoot over?
Yeah.
Ultimately, leading to what just happened, instead of correcting course and following Digital Extreme's example,
exactly. The guy's behind Warframe.
Yeah. Shoot, where was it? Okay, and then FireX says, EA has changed so much since Titanfall 2. Titanfall 3 would be a sloppy $70 cash grab. Where if you don't empty your bank account on microtransactions, you can't play the game.
You know, it's funny. They were actually trying to pull that junk back then, but it didn't work out. Instead, they were like, oh, you guys want to release the game the way you want it? Well, guess what? You're going to release it side to side with Call of Duty and the Battlefield game, and you're going to come completely overrun by sales. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen?
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
And I believe that a lot of the old devs at Respawn are no longer there.
Well, they're not. Yeah.
And I think that's the same case with Destiny, but they have
devs left.
They have a lot of good content. They have a lot of good devs still at Bungie that could keep going.
And a few good newcomers. I mean, let's be honest. The Bungie nowadays, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody was still left from the original team.
Yeah. This is idiotic, but I would have preferred that if they wanted to continue with Marathon, they would have given the reins of Destiny to the studio that made the Warmind DLC.
Warmind DLC. Who was the company that made that? Because that wasn't Bungie. Who was that? I don't remember. Who was? I thought it was.
Yeah. It was Activision.
Oh gosh.
So Activision. I'm not gonna lie. I think Activision kept Bungie in check.
Although I will be honest, Warmind was a much better expansion than the Curse of Miley Cyrus, man.
Yeah.
I always call it that because I remember when this one content creator, Stone Fox Media, I used to watch, he always called the Curse of Osiris the Curse of Miley Cyrus, and it just... I never got it out of my head.
I want to read this chat he just put. Warmind wasn't the best DLC, but those who made it showed a lot of dedication and even interacted with the community by making that Valkyrie quest real world. I know.
Right, yeah. But
the RNG, or what was it?
There are two things that expansion gave me that I love. One, my favorite shotgun, the Ikelos shotgun.
The Polaris Lance.
The Polaris Lance, that's the other thing.
The Polaris Lance is still
one of my favorite scout rifles, yeah.
By making the Valkyrie quest real world. That was so cool. I remember, what did they call it? An ARG mission?
ARG, yeah. I think
it was something like that.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
That was really cool. Man, that's actually sick. You unlocked a core memory, sir. Escalation Protocol.
Core memory, what is it?
I remember messaging all the random people in Escalation Protocol trying to get the biggest stack to make it the easiest way possible.
Oh, yeah.
To just farm the boss. And, like, get good rolls on the Ikelos. And man, those were good days, guys.
Oh, yeah.
It was another studio while Bungie was with Activision. I don't remember who they were, but I know what you're talking about.
Studio was.
They fumbled Curse of Osiris, though.
Again, that's why I call it Curse of Miley Cyrus.
But you know,
Honestly, the only thing that was good about that expansion is the fact that Osiris's ghost was voiced by Marina.
damn, dude,
Yeah,
she's freaking,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
freaking beautiful, dude. She's
Yeah,
hot.
Marina Bellucci. That's
Yep.
it. Marina Bellucci.
And actually, if you guys don't know this, do you know the show Firefly?
Yeah,
The entire cast of that show is
is
in
actually the
Destiny
Destiny
2.
crew. Yeah.
Yeah, Destiny 1 and 2. You got Nathan Fillion as Cade. You got
Man.
Christina, I don't know how to say her last name, Baraducci as Segura. Osiris, shoot.
Lance Reddick.
No, what?
Osiris. Yeah, I don't know.
Lance Reddick was in it too.
Lance Reddick was
Zavala.
in it. Yeah, Zavala.
But
yeah.
they had all these amazing actors come to Destiny, and I thought it was such a good choice. And it was actually funny. Nathan Fillion played in a detective show, and I'm not talking about Blue Bloods.
No, it's not Blue Bloods. There was Castle, and then there was
Vicarious Visions. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, it was Vicarious Visions, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Thank you, man. That's
No,
sick.
Vicarious Visions. You and I remember them for. I remember them for Crash Nitro Kart. I remember them for a bunch of the Spider-Man games that were on the original PlayStation. I remember a lot of the games that I remember Vicarious Visions for were back on the PS1 and the PS2. Also, I believe they're the ones who made Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, if I remember.
I'm gonna be honest. I think you put your chat in the wrong language. Okay, it was co-developed by the studio Vicarious Visions, and then FireX says, Destiny has so much potential as one of the giants in gaming. Even I, who hasn't had the best relationship with the game, still wants someone to save Bungie from the hell hole that is Sony.
Yeah, well, they've dug themselves into it. Let's be honest. Like when they went independent publishing, that's where things really started to go downhill.
Yep.
And Activision was really bad.
No, you're good, Zen. You're good. I thought it was an accident. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, translation, please.
I was like, no habla español. But you know, I don't know, guys. The future looks grim for Destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have Destiny Rising, but I don't want to play a gacha game anymore.
Yeah, I'm done with those
You know?
kind of games, man. You know, it's funny because, we talk about games that they shut down the servers, but you can still play all the stuff on single player. There's one franchise that actually is one of the reasons I stopped playing Destiny because I just fell in love with it, and that's Monster Hunter.
Yep.
Yeah,
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter World is like my second favorite video game of all time.
You guys can hear him okay, can't you? I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anybody that plays any Monster Hunter in here, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, World and Wilds I played the absolute mother load out of.
But yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm really starting to think that Bungie had no control in this situation, and I almost feel bad that I was dogging on them so hard. But
yeah. Well, I kind of don't because they kind of deserved it a few times.
when it comes down to it, it's management. Now I know
management, yeah.
I know that better than anybody because of the company I work for. They are mishandling our entire company, and it actually gets. When I see what's going on with Bungie, I see what's happening with my company, and it's almost the exact same. And I'm afraid that what's going to happen, that will happen to Bungie is going to happen to my company. But
well, at this point, honestly, you kind of saw the writing on the wall for the hot minute.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of this we all saw coming. We just didn't know when it was going to happen.
Yep. But you know what, guys? This has been an amazing talk. You guys are so sick. I love having you in my community. You guys, I'm just gonna.
Mushy much, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I don't know how to say it without sounding like every typical YouTuber. I want you guys to understand. I really appreciate you, and not in the way where it's like, thank you guys for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate all the, none of that.
Yeah, none of that.
I truly appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear him. Hell yeah. And I'm really excited to see where this community goes. It's already booming. I can't believe how much growth we've had just in the last month.
Yeah.
I think I started doing the Destiny videos at 190 subscribers, and now we're at like 240. I think what hurts the most is the fact that they left the game incomplete.
Well,
Two expansions that are not coming. Definitely, bro. I appreciate you. I mean it. I appreciate you guys. And you know, I I don't like doing the whole like and subscribe thing because if you guys want to do that,
That's your choice.
and yeah, it's your choice. If you guys see that you like my input on things, my point of view, like that's what honestly that's what I want. I want us to talk.
Right.
I want us to hang out, you know, have a good Friday night, you know, just chilling with the homies, you know. But playing some Destiny, which we're about to do here in a minute.
Yeah.
But
I was just setting up my hunter just a minute ago.
No, I'm excited to see where this community goes. It's already come so far, and it's all thanks to you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, you guys in the chat, just do me a favor and just keep my bro out of trouble. Make sure he doesn't stay up too late while he's streaming with you guys.
Ain't nobody can do that.
Bro, you've been late for work.
You guys can't.
Like you need it, bro.
Shut up! Don't say that.
Moderation, boy.
Don't say that.